Good morning, everyone. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I have a little bout of bronchitis, and fingers crossed I don't start coughing, so let's just try to get through it. I'm really happy to speak today on behalf of the Stewardship Committee, and I will also note that Michael Vannon has been trying to get me to do this for quite a while, and here I finally am. I moved to Wellesley in the fall of 1999 when my oldest daughter, Quincy, was 18 months old. I am a third-generation San Franciscan, and Quincy's dad is from the Midwest, so we literally had no family or friends here. I was excited for the new adventure, as I had always been drawn to New England, and I was also going to be starting a new job. One of the things on my to-do list when we first moved here was to find an Episcopalian church in our new community, but as it will happen, the busyness of life took over, a new home, new job, business travel, et cetera, and it was put on pause. Then 9/11 happened. Quincy's dad was back in California on business, where he would be forced to remain for 2 weeks while the airspace was shut down. And I found myself alone with a now 3-year-old, with no family and a small handful of friends that I had made. Frankly, I was afraid and realized I needed my faith to lean on. So that Sunday, Quincy and I came to St. Andrews, which, as I vividly remember, was packed, and rightly so. We sat right up in the front row right here, and Quincy was in awe. At the time, Addison was our rector, and when Quincy saw him on the altar, she asked me, "Mommy, is that God?" Between the events of the previous week and my daughter's question, I knew it was time to get back to church. Kelly was born less than a year later, and both girls attended church with me. St. Andrews became an important part of our spiritual life and helped us through some really difficult times. When Quincy was diagnosed with diabetes when she was only 5 years old, the St. Andrews community was there for us. When our family dog was declining, we had her blessed right outside in the garden church a week before she passed. And when I divorced in 2011 and suddenly found myself a single mom, St. Andrews became a center of support and an enormous part of the healing process. Over the next several years, the girls and I were entrenched in St. Andrews, especially me. I grew great strength from these walls and from our St. Andrews community. I taught church school. I ran the pancake suppers and parish nights, and I did that right up until COVID. I joined the usher team and was a part of the vestry. My girls, after completing their religious education and receiving their confirmation, immersed themselves in youth group and proudly served as acolytes for all 4 years they were in high school. They also had been in the Christmas pageant. One year, Kelly was Mary, and I cried the entire time. They bought gifts from the Christmas bazaar, and they did shopping sprees at Bargain Hall. So in essence, I would drop off 5 pounds of my donations, and I'd go home with 10 pounds of someone else's donations. And through all of the years, the difficult times and the joyous moments, St. Andrews has been a constant for us, a place of solace and solitude, a place of hope and acceptance, a place where we find peace and grace. In June 2019, I was blessed to meet Mike Wakefield. And in December of that same year, we were engaged. Sorry, I get really emotional. Some of you may know this, but we had planned to get married during a 10 a.m. Sunday service last September of 2020. St. Andrews had been a community of love and strength for my girls and I for so many years, and we wanted the entire congregation to be part of that ceremony. Unfortunately, COVID upended those plans, and we had our ceremony on our property with Adrian officiating and Sarah serving communion. It was like being married by family. It was incredible. And then when Mike's son Ryan was married just this past July, excuse me, he and his bride Melissa asked Adrian to officiate the service as well because they also feel a similar connection. We are all part of the St. Andrews family. So as I wind down my story and apologize for the length, I think you can all understand why I've given to St. Andrews for so many years and why Mike and I proudly support St. Andrews today. We think of it as paying it forward, making sure St. Andrews continues to be the spiritual family we all love and the center of faith that we all need. Thank you.
Terri, thank you so much. So today is Commitment Sunday. I know many of you have already made your pledges, but if you brought your pledge card with you, if you could place it in the collection plate when the collection is taken. And if you haven't yet had a chance to make your pledge, we'd encourage you to do so that we can begin to plan our budget for next year. Thank you so much.